All right, guys, now that we're here at the back of the Gladiator, let's take a really close look at this new high clearance rear bumper and some of those key features that we really wanted to hit when we were developing this system. So one of the major things is that high clearance. We really wanted to make sure that we optimized in every way the best angles, best departure we could get it as tight, get it as high as we can, and make the install itself still really easy. So the big key feature is you're gaining 6.5 inches of ground clearance from the bottom of that hitch to the bottom of this bumper. And that's big when you're off-road, because these Gladiators have a lot of overhang and a lot of departure problems when they're coming off of ledges and things like that. The departure angle really is not good on Gladiators, but the wheelbase is fantastic. So now this bumper lets you optimize, get a little bit better departure angle, lots of armor underneath this bumper, so when you do come in contact with any of those rocks and things like that, your bumper's protected. You've got a nice ability to be able to slide off those rocks and not worry too much about it. So one of the other really cool features is that this license plate flips up, and we've got an integrated hidden winch in the back. It integrates right into it. We've got a fair lead mounting plate that allows you to directly bolt up, basically up to a Xeon 10,000 pound winch back here. The remote box gets relocated. You get to relocate it up into the inside of the bed and then just have a Bluetooth controller for your Warn winch. The other really cool feature that we did is a modular 2-inch receiver. That receiver bolts in between the frames and onto the bottom of the frame brackets for this bumper. It allows you to run additional recovery gear as well as be able to go out on the trails. I'm a big mountain biker and need to put my mountain bike on the back on a receiver hitch. You've got this receiver that allows you to put that accessory onto the back and carry your mountain bikes, your coolers, your other things when you're out on adventures. And then whenever you are done or on the road, you can just go ahead and flip down your license plate and everything stays legal. So one of the other really neat features that we wanted to cover is that we designed this bumper to be modular. So you've got your high clearance center section, and now you go out to the end pods. You get to choose from 3 different levels of basically clearance. So we've got on this particular one, our middle row corner pods. This is just our standard high clearance corner pod, and this basically cuts your rear bed corners so that they're flush with the bumper surface itself. So it's a nice clean cut all the way to your fenders. Allows you to be able to have any previous damage that was done to the bed from being out on the rocks. It lets you cut that off and be able to replace it with this corner pod with some additional protection. You basically gain from a Rubicon bumper essentially about 3.5 inches of clearance from those lower rock guards basically to this mounting surface right here, and it's protected with a skid plate as well. We also make a version of a corner pod that's as high clearance as you can possibly get. Gets it nice and tucked up to the bed, gives you ample clearance and ample protection on the side of that bed, and has a nice internal structure that bolts directly to the side of the frame and right to the frame bracket itself. So anytime you've got a full vehicle weight coming down on that corner, it's got all that bracket to be able to absorb that shock from that hit and be able to give you plenty of protection and plenty of confidence in your bumper. The most extreme version that we have is going to be a boat side corner pod, and that boat side will give you even more clearance on the side of this bed and essentially comes up another 3 inches and gives you another 3 inches of additional clearance, and just has a higher cut line on the bed. It gives you a really unique look and gives you the most high clearance that you can possibly get on this specific setup. So the last key feature is that you've got recovery D-rings that are attached directly straight through to the frame mounts. Allows you to also have all your provisions for your parking sensors, your factory LED license plate lights, and basically allows you to have the most ample high clearance setup in the back of your Gladiator.